Salah Said, thank you so much for talking to us. 3,000 people dead at least, many thousands more injured. For charities operating on the ground, what are they most in need of?
So clearly, this is a devastating earthquake, and the charities on the ground, our member charities, are telling us they urgently need to scale up the response to be able to provide desperately needed food and water, which is in short supply, but also to provide temporary shelter and medical support, including psychosocial support for children who've suffered unbelievable trauma.
We know and we've seen the pictures of the huge damage that was caused. Myanmar, of course, already facing a humanitarian crisis before the earthquake hit. There is a significant lack of infrastructure already in the country. How is that impacting on the relief efforts?
So this is hugely impacting the emergency and obviously the relief effort. Uh, Myanmar, even before the earthquake, a third of the population, that's over 19 million people, were already reliant on humanitarian assistance. And now the earthquake has just made that so much worse. As you've said, roads are destroyed, internet is down or intermittent, power lines are down, and it's difficult to get around. However, 15 member charities and their local partners on the ground have been working in Myanmar, and in particular in the earthquake affected areas. They've been working there for decades, and they are deeply rooted within the community. They have volunteers and an excellent support network. And as we're speaking now, they are delivering aid, food, water, shelter, and other medical assistance. What they urgently need to do is to scale up that aid to reach as many people as possible. The people who are isolated in remote areas that they have not been able to reach. And we urgently are asking the public to donate whatever they can in order for us to be able to scale up that emergency response.
And let's just talk about the fact that the military government there, the junta, they have announced this ceasefire with rebel groups, which they say will operate until, I think, 22nd of April, if I'm correct. How confident are you that this will guarantee that there will be this kind of safe passage where the relief can actually find its way to the people who are most in need, and indeed this ceasefire will last?
Well, indeed, this is welcome news. This will enable the DEC charities and their local partners to move much more freely. There is always a concern in a conflict zone to ensure the safety not only of the aid workers, but the aid recipients themselves. So this ceasefire, even albeit currently only a short one, will still make a huge difference in terms of that scale up. But of course, we'd hope and expect that that ceasefire would be extended beyond the current 2-week period. Nonetheless, the organizations on the ground will continue to provide aid regardless of the situation with the ceasefire, because the needs are huge. One of my colleagues that I spoke to this morning described the earthquake as a monster earthquake and causing catastrophic impact. And 50 aftershocks are now scaring people and unable to go to their homes because they're worried about their homes falling in around them. We are, though, providing as much aid as possible, but we need the public support. So we'd urge people to go to our website, dec.org.uk, and donate whatever they can. The UK government is donating up to 5 million aid match. That's for each pound a member of the public gives, the government will match it by £1, making sure that the money will go even further.
And one final question, given the political situation in Myanmar, a lot of people will be watching, they want to donate their money, but can you guarantee to them that the funds will get to where they need to get to?
So we have, together with our member charities on the ground, decades of working in Myanmar, and in particular in the earthquake affected areas. We want to scale up, and we can scale up, but we need the support of the British public in order to be able to buy that urgently needed material. The markets are operational inside Myanmar. We need the cash in order to be able to buy that equipment, to buy the relief supplies, and our members on the ground are working around the clock in order to be able to deliver that aid. And we thank everybody that can support this appeal.